You're watching Poland Daily Business Edition, and our guest tonight is Paweł Brzezicki of Polish Investment and Trade Agency. Sir, welcome to our studio.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, what are you doing in Poland? Because you are an American.
Well, I was born in Poland. So I was born here in Warsaw, actually, and we moved to the United States when I was about 5 years old. Now, we always visited Poland for the summers to visit my family on holidays, but I'd always felt a pull to come back to Poland. Last summer, I actually had the opportunity to have an internship at the Ministry of Economic Development. It's actually 2 ministries now. But before that, the only time I'd been back in Poland prior was about 5 years before. Now, I'd always wanted to come back to Poland to actually live here on my own. I've never had this opportunity to have this kind of experience, you know, personally living here, feeling more Polish. I'd always lived in the United States and just visited family. Well, the situation was such that when I visited last summer, everything had changed so much. You know, Warsaw, Poland as a whole, has grown so quickly, so fast. It's become an excellent place to work, an excellent place to live, an excellent place to be, especially if you have something to offer. So for me personally, I thought, I have this opportunity now. I work with the Polish Investment and Trade Agency. Specifically, I help Polish companies expand to the United States. That's my specialty there. Now, I had this opportunity to really help build Poland as a country, as well as live in this place at this time when it's really expanding, growing. It's peaking in a sense. I know I'm not the only young Polish person who thinks this way. I know that more and more young Polish people are deciding to move back to Poland, or young people who 5 or 10 years ago thought, you know, would have left to Germany, to the UK, to the United States. They're deciding to stay here because the opportunities are tremendous.
Okay, so you are one of those entrepreneurial spirits of Polish origin who came here. Tell me about your professional background.
So I studied in the United States. Obviously, I finished my Master's of Economics at the North Carolina State University. When I was working at the Ministry of Economic Development, I actually heard about the Polish Investment and Trade Agency and what they offer. And I was really excited. Personally, for me, I've always been a huge Polish patriot. Of course, ask any of my friends back in the United States and they'll tell you how much I talk about Poland, how proud I am of my country. I'm also an American patriot in a sense. And I know as many Polish people want for there to be a closer U.S.-Polish relationship. Poles want it, Americans want it. And I saw an opportunity here at PAIH to help build a business relationship between the two countries. Militarily speaking, there's a very close relationship. Politically speaking, however, this business relationship has so much room to grow. And I thought that this is something where I can really help, where I can bring the two countries closer together.
The United States are a huge country, it's a continent. Basically, we are a small, tiny piece of Europe in a size of one American state, perhaps.
But that's an interesting point because Poland, size-wise, economically-wise, is the size of some of the larger U.S. states. And that's a really interesting approach that we should be taking towards building business relationships. The United States, I tell this to Polish companies who come to me, who seek to expand in the United States. I tell them it's not one market, it's 50 big markets. It's like Europe. You don't think about it the same way you think about Germany or Poland or France economically. You think about it the same way you think about the EU. But that's a really good way for us to build a business relationship is by building them with individual states, building trade relationships with individual states. And that's a direction in which I hope to build U.S.-Polish business interests in my role for helping Polish companies, help them find specific regions of the United States they want to break into, where they might be more effective. Personally, growing up in the United States, I have a pretty good understanding about different parts of the country, where they might be doing better, where they might be doing worse, where a Polish company has more opportunities than others. And I see this amongst Polish companies is that they know about New York City. They know about Chicago. They know about LA and San Francisco.
I never heard of Tennessee.
They don't know about Nashville, Tennessee, which is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. They don't know about North Carolina. They don't know about Austin, Texas. They don't know about these places where they could be more competitive, where they could really break into much more effectively than they would in San Francisco. And that's another thing that I think Polish companies could learn a lot from.
Wow, this is an exciting moment we are living, and we welcome Paweł Brzezicki in Poland, and we wish you best for your efforts to bring up businesses on both sides of the Atlantic.
Thank you very much. I'm really glad to be here.
Thank you very much, sir. Paweł Brzezicki of Polish Investment and Trade Agency was our guest tonight. And that was it for Poland Daily Business.